Hi there, my name is Avery, I like books, and this is the first time you're seeing me fully with my haircut short, which is not as short anymore because it's been a long time. Before we get into February's board TBR picks, let's talk about last month. Here are the books, minus one because I forgot to grab it, but Everything I Never Told You was a mystery book, which I read. Their Eyes Are Watching God, which was a TBR jar pick, which I also read. The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, which was Chance, which was also like an Abby pick because whatever. But I am almost done with this and we'll finish it by the end of January. And then these two books, These Violent Delights and Girl, Serpent, Thorn, I was not able to read. However, I have enough time to read this and carry it over. And then my buddy read for this got canceled, so we'll see. But if I'm going by the rules that I said in the last time, one of these should be unhauled. However, since I will be getting partway through this before the end of January, I'm not gonna let it happen. Also because January I had to read a lot more for school than I anticipated, so that's that. So getting into February. Okay, here are the rolls, and I have the prompt and the chance cards now. And I last left off on the chance, so let's do roll number 1, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so the first one is Abby pick. The first roll that I got was Abby pick, and for this I will insert her picking.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want me to pick? Which
Pick a
one?
book.
But which ones have you not read?
Most of them on here, but then there's ones in the room.
Even.
Basically, all of these, I have not read them. Yes, I haven't read those.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll be nice to you and pick this one.
Oh, it's so not nice to me. That's rude.
Meow.
Okay, so she picked Loveless by Alice Oseman, which is one of my most anticipated reads, like ever. I love everything Alice Oseman writes, so I'm kind of mad that she picked this because I'm scared to read it, but I'm glad she picked it because it means I can't not read it. So if you don't know what this is about a girl named Georgia who is going off to college, and she's trying to figure out what she likes and who she likes and all that stuff, and it talks a lot about asexuality and the spectrum, like the A spectrum. So I'm very excited to read this. I can't wait. Roll number 2 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Romance. For the second roll, I got romance, and as it's Black History Month, I'm hoping to read a majority of books written by Black authors. So I picked You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. Yes, Leah Johnson. This book is, I know it's not focused on the romance, I don't think, but I'm going to stretch it a little bit so it counts because it does mention that there is a romance. It's a female-female romance. And this follows Liz, who really needs to get a scholarship by becoming the prom queen. So that, and then she may or may not fall in love with the competition. I don't know. I'm very excited for this. Roll number 3 is a double, and it's a 12. And that's a prompt card, so I'll pull that right now. And that's a middle grade. Next I rolled for a prompt card, so with that I got middle grade. So for this I was glad I got this because I just got the hold for my audiobook in for this book. And the dust jacket isn't on here, but this is One True King by Soman Chanini, which is the 6th book in the School for Good and Evil series. I actually would not recommend reading this series. I'm really just doing it so that my sister will be happy with me. But they're all very problematic, and I'm just reading it so that I can get it out of the way. I don't really remember what happened in the last book. Not really excited to read this book, but it was necessary. Roll number 4 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a young adult fantasy. The next one that I got was young adult fantasy. I'm buddy reading the whole Grishaverse, including, so, you know, it's the original trilogy plus Six of Crows. I'm buddy reading it with one of my best friends. I actually was supposed to read Shadow and Bone already, but since I've already read it, it was okay. But I'm putting this on here because I need to reread Shadow and Bone. If I put the second one, then that means I have to do both. I'm just making myself read more. It's fine. But this is my favorite one, I believe, of the original trilogy, if my, like, what I think about the most happens. So if you don't know what Shadow and Bone is about, it's about a girl named Alina who's like a sun summoner, all this drama and fun stuff. So that's the second book in the series.
Number 5 is 6. You can see that.
The next role that I got was Owlcrate. So for this, again, I was trying to pick books written by Black authors, but unfortunately most Owlcrate books that I own aren't, I believe. I may not have looked, I didn't look into all of them, but it was between this and Legendborn, and I'm not really looking for like a thick fantasy in February. So I picked A Universe of Wishes, which is an anthology collection edited by I'm very excited to read this. I don't really know if there's a common by Danielle Page the stories, but this is the Owlcrate like special edition, so
Pretty.
This, although it's not fully written by, wow, wonderful. That's all I really can say about that because I don't really know. It's a whole bunch of different books, so.
Owlcrate, historical fiction, and the last role because of the double.
Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison for this. I was supposed to read this in school, but when I was supposed to be reading it, a lot of stuff happened, and I just didn't get to. I read some of it, but not all of it. So I am intimidated by this. However, I'm glad to be able to put it on the thing so that I have to read it. I'm excited. From the little bit that I did read before, I did enjoy it, so hopefully that trend continues. Okay, so that's it for all of the roles in the books that I have to read. But aside from that, I would also like to read Throne of Glass, which I've actually read before. I just would like to reread it for the tog-along thing, which I'll link somewhere. And that, I don't think I need to describe that. And then I would also hope to read, because my pre-order came in really late for it, A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer, which is the last book in the Cursebreakers trilogy. I'm very excited to read this book. The first book is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So that. And finally, I would also like to read Girl, Woman, Other by, I am unsure of the author. So it'll be up. But that is for the Crusty Club.